Meta made $16 billion from scam ads. By the way, that is nearly 10% of their revenue in 2024. That $164 billion revenue in 2024, of which 16 billion of it came from fake promoting scams and banned goods on Facebook, which they allow to happen. Meta's own document estimates that platform showed users about $15 billion higher risk scam advertisements per day, meaning ads clearly exhibited signs of fraud. Another internal figure cited around $7 billion of annualized revenue from high risk scam ads, separate from broader projections. I'm going to try to find one of these videos and show it to you guys. Vinny, tell us more about this whole story that came in of the type of money Facebook's making from these scam ads.
So Pat, apparently they figured out a way, very smart but very sketchy way. It's like a business model, okay? They let scams run and do the thing. Then they charge the scammers more to do it. So they show that they made that 60 million that you were talking about. And then when one team tried to stop the Chinese scams, Mark Zuckerberg reportedly, allegedly, pulled the plug after it cut into profit. So the scams kept roaring back. And to top it off, Meta's own algorithm, this is the problem, Pat, targets people most likely to fall for scams. Think about that. They're purposely going after you with the algorithm. So vulnerable users get hit with more junk because it's more profitable. And to make things worse, Meta allegedly had a scam tax, basically higher ad rates for shady accounts. Like what are we talking about here? And not banned, just tax. So Meta expects billions in fines, but they don't care, Pat. You know why? It's all baked into the plan. And this, it reminded me of why Mark Zuckerberg, because think about his history. Think about Mark Zuckerberg's history and why all of a sudden he's like, I'm going to donate for Trump, because, you know, this is once Trump was going to win, Pat. I'm going to donate to Trump. Mark Zuckerberg is one of the reasons Joe Biden won. He spent how much? $400 million on Zuckerbucks, everything on Facebook, everything on Instagram was trashing President Trump, banning people from doing this, banning people from doing that, trying to like stifle the freaking people's voice. And now all of a sudden we're finding out that it's baked into the program where he knows he's going to get fined $4 billion, but they're making 16 billion. So this, I don't care how much, and I've said this before, I don't care how much Zuckerberg is going to the gym. I don't care how many UFC fights he's going to. I don't care how many dinners he goes to at the White House. He's still, in my opinion, doing this scam artist BS, and I don't like it at all, Pat. On top of all the other stuff that they've been going through in Congress with all the underage, kids watching like content that's not appropriate for them. It's like enough with this guy. Enough is enough. Like I'm done. I'm done with them. It's all scams. Everybody's scamming everybody. From Minnesota to California.
Well, I'll give you, words talk, numbers scream, and I'll give you some firsthand data on this. Our own internal legal group at Valuetainment that works with Valuetainment merch and works with contracts for the Vault conference. It's a normal legal group that any company would have. They have an unbelievable amount of cease and desist letters that go out every month on fake VT merch. We want you to get the best quality, so always go to vtmerch.com. That's not a commercial, that's a reality. We don't want you to be disappointed. People send us emails and say, hey, I didn't get this, I didn't get that. And so where'd you order from? Well, there's this thing on Instagram and this thing on Facebook. We're like, wait a minute. Those aren't us. And so we're having to track it down and knock it down. And we're working really hard on it because this is our own customers. This reflects on us. So the scam goods end up reflecting on the good companies that may be selling something because the scammers are selling knockoffs. Or worse, selling stuff in the US you shouldn't be selling at all. The slow return of Silk Road, if you will, in little pockets. But and then you turn the eye the other cheek. Let me tell you, history repeats itself. Broadcast television had trouble with 1-800 and 1-900 numbers that would advertise their stuff, on late night TV. You would watch the, Letterman, or you watch Leno, and then late night TV, and all of a sudden you would see the things for kitchen appliances and stuff. And a lot of that stuff was junk and was knockoff, and it wouldn't ship to people. And the people would reach out trying to get help. But you know who's cashing the check for the ads to be put on? The TV stations, and radio stations. So there's been a long-standing kind of one-eye closed relationship that media has had with companies that are trying to come sell stuff. And it's one of the reasons I'm going to compliment Pat right here. And you can put it in the chat and say, oh, you've been friends too long and everything. No, I'm going to tell you the truth. There's a reason why we don't have 10 sponsors here hawking stuff, because we want to be careful about purity. That's it. And we are actually trying to make sure that our knockoff stuff gets taken off the market. So when people buy stuff from us, they're getting the real deal, the authentic thing. And when we help charities, or we say we're helping charity, when they bought something, it's going to that charity because it's really us.
Humberto, can you hear him? Can you guys hear me or no? Can you hear me
now? We can. Did you hit the mute button or something?
I just had it on mute, but I'm going to show you something.
Okay, go ahead.
I just went on Instagram and I looked at all the video messages that I got. I typed in fake ads in my message box, right? If I tell you I found 800 messages, it's a small number of people saying this is fake. And I kept saying, report to Facebook that it's fake. The video is still not down today when it was reported in May or April by 500 plus people. Watch this video. It's still live. You tell me what it takes for someone to know that this is a fake ad. Go ahead, Humberto. I can't hear it, Humberto. Volume. Humberto, we can't hear it. So whatever you're doing from your end, I'm just going to run it from this side because I can't hear what it's saying. So
yeah, no audio.
Yeah, no audio on mine either. So let me just play it for you from here. Listen to this, folks.
The next 90 days will make millionaires in 2025. These are the top 3 stocks to buy in a turbulent market. I guarantee that some of them will surprise you. You don't need to rush to act or buy immediately. You can join my group to see my real investment cases. For example, the Palantir stock I shared in the group before has risen by more than 300% in half a year. I don't charge any fees, and if my advice doesn't meet your expectations, you can withdraw at any time. The next 90
By the way, check this out. You know what the handle is? The handle is called PBD stock. I don't do stock recommendations. It says PBD stock. And
yeah, this is pump and dump in the new world.
Facebook knows this is happening. And it's been reported by so many people that are saying this is fake. And I say, report, it's not me. Report, it's not me. Do you know how many people fell for some of these stocks? A guy messages me pissed off saying, give me my $150,000 back. I said, what $150,000? He said, I bought Bitcoin from you. I said, I never talk about buying Bitcoin. He says, yes. I said, that's not. So I call him directly. I said, I don't know who you're talking to. Show me the information. He goes through the whole thing. I said, that's not our website. I said, go back to the domain. Click all the way at the top. I said, that's fake. Look at the domain. And he says, oh, shit. I said, we wouldn't do stuff like this. Always bring, so he's like, man, this has happened. The fact that Facebook knows this is happening and you're not, that's criminal to me. And by the way, I've been complimentary of Mark the last, 8 months, 12 months. I'm disgusted by this. I'm absolutely disgusted by the fact that Facebook would allow these types of ads to go. What dummy does it take to know that's a fake ad? What does Mark Wahlberg had to post something and saying, I don't have a Bitcoin class. People were buying Bitcoins from Mark Wahlberg, where Mark Wahlberg had to say, if anything comes to you saying I'm a Bitcoin expert, I'm not. Don't buy anything from me. So it's very disappointing that Facebook knowingly didn't do anything about this, and the users took a hit on this. Adam, do you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, we hear about these bots, and I'm always like, what the hell is a bot? And I did a little research. They're just fake program computers that are set up to click things and like things. And then it got me thinking to another thing. So Facebook gets paid. Meta gets paid.
No matter what.
When fake bots click ads or click things. So this is a business model. They're like, yeah, we don't even care, because my assumption could be wrong. It probably costs more to enforce these rules and remove the bots and do something about it than it costs to actually crack down on these things. So like, the reason you're upset is because what the hell are they doing about this? We're living in the internet world and we have bots running our lives. The comments, the clicks, they're getting paid regardless. So you talked about the guy that $150,000. I'll never forget our friend here who's now running the cigar lounge One time we're eating at Casa D'Angelo, the restaurant joint. He goes, "Hey, Adam, I bought your product." I was like, "What product did you buy?" "Hey, your money thing. I bought it." I go, "Bro, I'm not selling anything." This is a person who knows me in real life. I
Yeah,
won't say his name. We know who I'm talking about with the accent.
$200. $200. I remember.
I was like, what? I'm like, you know, you could just talk to me. He's like, I did it online. I go, no, that wasn't me, bro. But how many stories like that exist? How many fake accounts out there? How many fake crypto stuff going out there? But they're cashing checks. So until people actually revolt, we're going to be dealing with this for a long time.
Watch this. Here's another guy. I'm just going through the messages looking at this. The guy says, Pat, they're running fake ads on you, okay? So I respond back and I said, their post popped up on my profile. I think it's a fake page. Just want to let you know. I respond back and I said, it's super fake. We as a team have tried to ban them, but Facebook keeps approving their ads. You know when this is? July 6th of this year. That page is still up. July 6th of this year. What a shame. What an absolute shame that you allow stuff like this to happen. And you have all this technology to be able to match them and know what's going on. Anyways.
And PBD, with us, with such a big platform, if we can't get shit done, imagine the average person out there, their frustration.
No question. It's extremely
inexcusable.
It's inexcusable. There is nothing more exciting than when I run into people that are wearing this gear, Merry Christmas, boldly. Mario's been wearing this every day, wherever he's going, the VT gear here. The future looks bright. And when you open it up here, it says future looks bright. I love seeing the future looks bright hat that Tom's got on, or you got the faith over fear gear. Record-breaking number of people are wearing the merch gear that we have with us. And there's some massive announcements that I'll be making here very, very soon to you guys, what our plans are going into 2026 with this of VT merch. We want tens of millions of people to represent this gear. My suggestion to you, wear these things boldly. If you support our brand, you like what we do, you don't want us to take money from Qatar or some of these other organizations that are coming and offering money to own podcasts and shows, I highly recommend you support brands that are able to give their opinions and thoughts freely. And if you believe the future looks bright like we do, I am certain the future looks bright. Let me give you guys a crazy story. In 1997, Apple did $816 million of losses. Their top line revenue in 1997, they lost $816 million in 1997. Today, Apple makes $1.1 billion per day.
Wow.
They lost $1 billion in a year in 97. Today, they make $1.1 billion a day. They believe the future looks bright. Now they're a $4 trillion organization. For us, for some of you guys that may be celebrating Christmas, and honestly, maybe things weren't going right for you. Maybe I've had the Christmas when I'm sitting, I'm like, is anything going to turn around for me? Is life going to change at all? Like, is this how it's going to be? What am I going to get my break? You know that feeling how like you feel like, man, like you're carrying a lot, like the feeling of you go to Christmas and everybody's giving gifts. And it's like that one movie, 4 Christmases, where Dallas, Denver, all the brothers come in. And Vince Vaughn is the big brother that's making all this money now. And he brings the recent Xbox and he brings all this stuff. And he says, did you not see the minimum of $10? And the other guy a flashlight? I don't know if you guys remember that scene. Sometimes that may be the Christmas. Things are not going right for you. Yesterday, Vinny was sharing a story with me, which is an incredible, incredible story that I want to share with you guys, which is what we believe in. Have you ever heard of a guy named Jack Strauss? You ever heard of Jack Strauss? Can you do me a favor, Humberto? Type in Jack Strauss, then put poker. Jack Strauss, Strauss, and type in poker. Craziest story of Jack Strauss. One day, Jack Strauss in 1982, this man that Humberto is about to pull up his picture because Humberto is so fast and quick and phenomenal. This guy's playing poker. This guy's playing poker in 1982. He's in a World Series poker tournament, okay? Right there. That man right there. Zoom in a little bit. He's in the 1982 World Series poker. You know the big tournament that people win $10 million? In 1982, that guy right there is getting off the table because he called all in and he has no chips left. He's thinking. He gets up to leave. And then all of a sudden they say, no, Jack, you have one last $500 chip left. He says, you're kidding me. They said, no. All right. I mean, you only got one chip left, $500, which is what? Nothing. He takes the $500 chip and he keeps doubling it and doubling it and doubling it and doubling it. Do you know what ends up happening to him? He wins the flipping 82 World Series poker.
Wow.
Did you hear the story? Well, some of you are watching this. You're like, dude, I'm down to my last chip. I'm trying to figure life out. I went all into my business. I took money out of my 401k. My wife and I wanted to start a restaurant. We did this. This Christmas was rough. We stayed home. We didn't go anywhere. We got some basic gifts, $10 Amazon gift cards. Life can turn around if you think long-term. That's what we believe in. That's what happened to every single one of us because we believe the future looks bright. So if you believe the future looks bright and you support our brand, go to vtmerch.com. Place an order for yourself, whether it's the Merry Christmas gear, whether it's the Future Looks Bright, Faith Over Fear, or the shoes, FLB. We're excited about big plans we got in 2026, and I'll tell you more about it in the first week that we do the podcast in January of 2026.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.